What up, people? How y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another edition of Wealthy Wednesdays, that segment of the Finance Rebel Show that we do every week. I'm Camari Ellis, head rebel in charge, and today I'm here to just bring you some good information, answer your questions, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. While we're waiting for a few people to join on and catch up with us, plug in with us, tap in with us, let me just go ahead and share this out. I've been doing a terrible job of sharing this out recently. And a couple people were like, Kamari, why don't you share your stuff as much? Well, I always say, come on over to the page, like it, subscribe to it, sign up for notifications. Then that way you can catch me every time I go live. But while we're waiting, chime in. Hey, let's hear it. How you doing? But while we're waiting for everybody to come in, go ahead and chime in. Let me know you're here so we can say our greetings. Hey, Latea, how you doing? Peace and love, Kenny Camari. Oh, you made me feel great. I had a terrible day today. Not terrible. I'm here. I'm breathing, but it didn't go as planned, and I'll tell you all about it. But let's see. Let's share this out a few places. Karan, what's up, bro? How you doing? What you working on? How you making out with them QuickBooks? You've been diligent. You've been disciplined. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Miss Edith, how are you? Welcome, 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 welcome. Now, we did have a request to cover something this week. I can talk about it a little bit, but Miss Carol requested it. She sent me a text over the weekend. She wanted me to cover sectors. I can do it, but I was going to do a whole presentation. But I've been on the phone with clients like all day long, and I didn't get a chance to get to it before this. I didn't get a chance to get to it over the weekend. Latea, how you doing? You ain't somewhere working out? That's my homegirl Adina from Detroit right there. Double D, how are you? Thank you for joining. Listen, everybody, if y'all got questions, go ahead and throw them in. We're going to get at them. Brother Don Johnson, how are you? Don, I think you're on every platform. I see you on Twitter. You're on Facebook. You're on YouTube. You everywhere, man. So, like I said, I'm going to share this out to a couple places. Again, whatever questions you got, throw them in, and we're going to get at it. I'm not staying on super long tonight. Y'all ain't going to have me on for another 2-3 hour joint. We got an hour. I got to get some rest. I got to get back on my schedule. I said that to y'all like for the last 2 weeks in a row, and I still haven't done it. But, I'm committed, so I'm here. But I'm a little tired, and I got some studying to do. I got a whole little thing I'm working on, doing some picky in the brain stuff. All right, Karan, that's what I like to hear. So you hit it every Monday morning. That's dope. That's dope. So that means my investment of time in you was well worth it, and it's paying dividends. Just by you saying that makes me feel good, to be honest with you, bro. And Karan, most businesses fail, yes, because they don't have enough capital, aka enough money. But a lot of businesses fail because they do piss poor bookkeeping. So I have a client right now who had a bookkeeper in place, thought everything was done, put the taxes together, and they owe, and they weren't happy. He was like, well, how do we have a profit on one of their businesses? And I said, I just took what you gave me. Come to find out, everything wasn't labeled correctly in the records. So you got to be careful of that. You got to be careful to take your time, do your bookkeeping, understand how to categorize everything, understand how the different categories will affect, let's say, your revenue or your expenses or what your liabilities are or what your assets are. PPP, or I shouldn't say PPP, COVID and the stimulus PPP have shown everything to be that's being exposed, right? Because a lot of people were able to get PPP money, the EIDL money, which is the EIDL money, but many of them had a hard time because their books were out of whack. And we know they're sending people to jail. All right, so let's get to the rest of these people. And I still didn't share out everywhere. Started running my mouth. All right, give me 1 second, folks. Let me get to all the comments as I share this out everywhere. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. We're gonna get right at them. I'm in and out tonight, y'all. Y'all not holding me all night. Y'all not holding me hostage. All right, that'll work. So we always got to share on Instagram. But I had a quick story to tell y'all real quick. I've been a little frustrated with some of my clients, but let me check in with everybody real quick, and then we'll get to the story. All right, so Karan says just finishing doing some lighting for Photoshop. Okay. Tomorrow's all landlord stuff. Yeah, you could have all that landlord stuff. If I jump back into real estate with some rentals, I gotta get a property manager. It's the only way I'm gonna fly. How you doing, John? Camari Ellis, the financial report's been a while. Yeah, it has, man. Yep, I grew the beard. Well, I've always kind of had a beard, but how y'all doing on Instagram? But I've just been letting it grow and grow and grow. I'm thinking about cutting it off though. It's getting hot. It's already hot, right? But it's getting hotter, and I'm just getting tired of it. I'm just getting tired of it. All right, so we got our first question. I have a question on IRAs and taxes. My husband and I both make over 120K. Okay, so y'all make 120K combined, or do y'all make 120K per spouse? Like you make 120K and your husband makes 120K. We can't do IRAs because of tax penalties, right? No, who told you that? That's not all the way true. There are some caveats. Oh, what's up, Dante? How you doing? Master Sensei, how are you? There are some caveats that I guess that's Miss Independent One. Okay. So y'all do about $240 a year. All right. And do y'all do $240 a year as employees, or do you do $240 a year as business owners, or some combination of the two? Thanks, Christopher. I'm committed, bro. I'm here. I might miss every now and again, but I'm here. I missed last week because I was working on something. I got a top secret mission I'm on, y'all. So once I get through everything, I'll report back to y'all. But just know I'm always working, always sharpening my steel, keeping my sword nice and sharp. Are we limited to just workplace retirement accounts? What are our other options? Okay, so y'all make $240 a piece. So listen, you can contribute to a IRA. It just won't be deductible. And it sounds like you and your husband are at a job and you have a pension or 401k there as well. So again, yeah, it sounds like it won't be deductible, but that's all right. I'm going to give you a free trick and you ain't even got to pay me for it, even though I do charge people for this. Something you and your husband should think about is a backdoor Roth, right? A backdoor Roth. What you do is, and all of y'all should be taking notes. Make sure y'all taking notes. So with the backdoor Roth, matter of fact, before I share this, can y'all please share this out? Can y'all like it? Help me defeat the algorithm. All right. The Facebook algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, they all are against me. They don't want me to win. All right, so listen, backdoor Roth IRA contribution. Oh, okay. I got you. I see you on Instagram, Miss Independent One. So backdoor Roth IRA. I want to say the max contribution is $6,000 for this year. Somebody double check that for me. It's somewhere around there. It might be $5,000. You can contribute the money to a traditional IRA. Then once you put the money in your traditional IRA, you take it and you move it to your Roth. All right. So in that way, the money grows tax-free and you get to pull the money out tax-free. You don't have to worry about RMD or what's called required minimum distribution. And you hit that at 70 and a half. Well, it's about to become 72 per changes, but that's a great way to grow some money tax-free. All right. You got to do some extra work on the back end as it relates to taxes when you file at the end of the year. But if you maxed out your 401ks, and like I said, if you already have a plan that covers you at work, you won't get any tax deduction for a traditional Roth. Now, what you need to be doing is getting you some other tax favorable assets like real estate, like a business. If you are interested, I am not the guy pushing everybody to go into business. I am not the guy that's pushing everybody to go into real estate. I am the guy, however, though, to say think about what's tax advantaged, because the taxes kill wealth at every turn. They kill wealth. I mean, if you ever sat and just added up all the taxes you paid, it would probably be north of almost 50%. And if both of y'all are, over 120K per person, that's hefty. That's hefty. So, you're probably at least the 25% tax bracket. State, I'm in Pennsylvania. I don't know where you are, Miss Independent. Pennsylvania is 3.7%. So let's just round it up to 29, right? Then if you're in a city, like I'm right outside the city of Philadelphia, but that's another 4-ish%. Some municipalities charge a tax, some don't. Philadelphia does. All right, but 4%, we're at 31. That's hefty. Now let's talk about the tax you pay on your cell phone bill, your real estate tax, your gas tax, everything else. If you added it all up, it would hurt your feelings. It would hurt your feelings. Yes, RW, right. I was getting confused. I couldn't. Think if it was 70, I know it was 70 half, I know it was about to go some more. It looks like I'm having some internet interference. And that's whack because I just upgraded my internet service. So I should be flying. I shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Mid-Atlantic asked, is the IRS giving a tax refund interest check? Yes, they are. So they are going to give you interest for the delay, right? So from April 15th until July. And remember, if you didn't file, you need to file, especially if you owe. If you don't owe, you're cool. You don't have to be anything to worry about. All right, so what do you want to talk about, Ms. Jordan? Tesla is splitting 5-for-1. So for every one stock of Tesla you have right now, you will get 4 more shares of Tesla. All right. With Apple, For every 1 share of Apple you have, you're going to get 3 more, right? So it's a 4-for-1 split with Apple. It's a 5-for-1 split with Tesla. We've seen what happened to Apple. I'm not sure if Tesla's has had the same effect in terms of stock price, in terms of going up. But if you like it, go for it. If you don't, sit on the sidelines. None of these are recommendations, folks. We just talking. Entertainment and educational purposes only. Karan says, I think I need to set up QuickBooks for our property. It's probably a good idea. I would suggest you. So you have the self-employed version right now, I think. I don't know if you've upgraded to the next level, which is essential. You can use it, but there's also property management software out there also. But yes, listen, rental real estate investing is a business. You should be tracking your expenses, especially what your basis is in your property when you brought it, so you can depreciate it properly. I know you're saying, what in the world? What is depreciation? What does that mean? Depreciation is just a fancy accounting term that means that when you buy an asset, you can't write that entire asset off in the year you brought it. All right. And if it's a residential investment, you get to write it off over 27 and a half years. I can't think of quick and simple math. Let's say you bought a property for $27,000, $27,500. So for each year, you get to write off $1,000 as it relates to your purchase of that property. All right. You can't write off the whole $27,000. Let's say you bought it in 2020. You can't write it off then. You get to write it off $1,000 per year. So in the year, that's weird. In the year 2047, that's when that will run out. Everything's glitchy over here. I don't know what's going on. But listen, everybody, you're watching the Financial Rebel Show. Today is our Wealthy Wednesday segment. I am Camari Ellis. The whole point of the Financial Rebel Show is to help everybody increase their financial IQ. A lot of us are complaining about not having great opportunities in life, not understanding money. Well, a lot of that is because, sadly, we have piss poor education around financial education. Not financial literacy, but financial education. My sister, Connie Greer, how you doing? You know what, everybody? Connie Greer is an author. And she just wrote a book. She just released a book. And I know I have it here somewhere. And look what I have. This is Connie Greer's book, y'all. I've been meaning to give it to my granddaughter. I haven't seen her to give it to her, though. So, but listen, support Black authors. Black authors are also business owners. So support Black authors, y'all. I brought 2 of them. I brought one for me and one for my granddaughter. All right. Don't be trying to get the hook up, even though I know my people don't do that. We too sophisticated for that. But Connie, anything you need, just let me know. We can definitely connect. Be my pleasure. Okay, what is my feeling about Tesla and Apple stock splits? Do you think there will be a pullback after 831 split offerings, which means it might make sense to hold off and buy after the splits? I'll say this, you can't time the market, right? Nobody really can time the stock market. There's too many people in there, too many factors going on. If you like Apple as a company, you can potentially review it to buy it. If you like Tesla as a company, you can potentially review it to buy it. All right. I love Apple as a company. I got all kinds of Apple products, right? Apple makes money. They make bank month in, month out. Tesla, they still struggling to become profitable. They haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't own a Tesla. Maybe one day I'll be fortunate enough to buy one Or maybe one of y'all will gift me one if you love me so. But they make a wonderful product from everything that I understand. However, they don't make enough of them at a low enough cost to generate a profit, right? Remember, profit is all the money you make from selling your stuff minus all your expenses, right? Whatever's left over is your profit or your loss. So, you know, I'm like Buffett. I'm a Buffett devotee, right? If you think it's a good company, then you should buy it. If you think it's ran well and you think it will continue to make money, you should buy it. But I wouldn't try to buy based on market pullback or market a continued bull market or a potential bear market. I wouldn't buy based on that. Now, R double D, are you new to investing? Why do you like Tesla and Apple? Curiously, I'm curious. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Jamila Harris, that's a name I ain't heard in a while. How you doing? How you been? Okay, each. Okay, per person, employee. Going back to Miss Independent's question. Tiffany Thompson, how are you? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Christopher Allen says, iron sharpens iron. He's right. And only a diamond can cut a diamond. So I'm here for that. I love great intellectual discussion that makes me think. A lot of people ain't here for that. Mid-Atlantic asked me about my podcast. He just recently listened to my podcast. And one of my guests was Tony Moore. We had a great conversation about LLCs, corporations, C Corps, doing business overall. I've gotten positive reviews about that that interview. But you asked me about a book that she wrote. That she wrote. Tony, I have her book. I don't have it here, and I can't think of the name of it. But Tony's easy to find. Just matter of fact, somebody tag Tony in this. Tony's easy to find. I can't tag her. I can't think of. I'm trying to think of the name of Tony Moore's book. I'm drawing a blank right now, but she does have a book. She does have a book, and I brought the book, but I just can't think of it. Miss Edith said, I shared, I started a watch party. Thank you, Miss Edith. I appreciate your support. It definitely makes a difference. It is 6K. All right, what's 6K? Oh, are we talking about, wait a minute, what's 6K? I lost my place, y'all. My apologies. Falling open into magic. How are you? Yeah, man, Atlantic. Tony's a beast. Tony is a beast. All right, what's 6K, y'all? Y'all killing me. We were just talking about Apple. We were talking about Tesla. I know Tesla's not 6K. Thank you, Tiffany. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, tax bill over 11K this year. Yeah, you're one of those high income earners. You getting that money, you getting that bag. Hopefully you're maxing out your 401k. And there's some other things you should be looking at doing as well to reduce your tax liability. And well, I'm not gonna say all that. Yes, Fed only, plus you had to pay state tax. Yep. That's why you got to get in front of it. Like I tell you all the time that if you're serious about wealth, you got to have a tax strategy. All right. If you're really serious, you got to have a tax plan. And you don't just go sit in. Let me say it like this. If you wait till tax season to develop a tax strategy, it's too late. You're behind the 8 ball. You've lost money. However, if you talk to your accountant, your tax professional before tax season, well before. You can do some things. Like, everybody should be talking to their tax person right about now. I don't care if you're an individual that works a 9-to-5 job and you might make, I don't know, $50,000, which is the average income per year for an individual. Or if you make $500,000 a year, you should be talking to your tax person, trying to figure out how to reduce your taxable income legally. No fraud, no stunts, no shenanigans, none of it legally. There's plenty of ways to do it legally. Listen, I don't know if y'all all watch or listen to By the Hood. Those are my partners in the Black Wealth Project. We do every Sunday. Every Sunday we get together and we talk about Black money issues. They had my other Black Wealth Project partner on, Miss Courtney Richardson. If y'all have seen me and Courtney do stuff together all the time. So she took this line that it's not new, but she did it. She made it real funky. She said the tax code is the cheat code, and she's right. And the reason why she is right is the tax code is written to incentivize people to invest and spend their money in things that are good for the overall U.S. American economy. So once you align your wealth strategy with that, you're doing some things. As my uncle would say, you're cooking with gas, baby. You are cooking with gas. My man, Alton, how are you? And with these splits, doesn't matter if we buy now or afterwards. All right, so the whole reason why they're doing these splits, right? Apple was like almost, I think it went to 350 something. Let me look it up real quick. Apple's like 462 right now. It was at 4 before. So the whole premise that Apple and Tesla are doing these splits is because people will get a little gun shy to buy the stock if it's at a higher price. But once you bring that price down, more people will buy it. It's simple supply and demand. So Tesla, I think, is, somebody put Tesla's stock price in the chat. See, can y'all beat me to it? Damn. Tesla is 1878 today. And that has risen. So I didn't pull the chart up. So on July 31st, roughly less than a month ago, half a month ago, start of the month, it was 1430. Today it's 1878. It's been growing. It's been growing because people want to split. Because people really don't understand that if you, let's say you got 2 shares of Tesla at, let's say, $3,700 all in, and it splits 5 for 1, right? So you'll have, what is that, 12 shares or 11? Yeah, you get 4 more. So you'll have 10 shares altogether. You have 10 shares altogether. Your stock will still be worth $3,700. So the investment doesn't really change at all. So I could really care less. It's window dressing. It's marketing. It's investor psychology 101 at its best. So, again, somebody else asked earlier tonight about it. If you like them as companies, then you should consider investing in them. If you don't, then you don't. It's no big deal. By the way, Airbnb is filing for an IPO. I'm not touching it. But y'all know I am not a fan of IPOs. IPOs kill and wipe out individual investors and pimp out individual investors all the time. Don Johnson said, with fractional shares, what's the point of companies doing stock splits? Some people don't like stock splits, Don. Why? For various reasons. But they don't like it. And it's still that sticker shock, right? If you go buy, I don't know, a car, and they say, all right, it's I don't know, it's $20,000. But if we give it to you in 4 payments of $4,000, some people might find that a bit more enticing a bit more sexy. So I get it. I get it. Dante Neal asks, how can you tell if a stock is overpriced? All right. Depends, right? You hear Buffett talk about stocks being overpriced. Basically means that they feel that the stock and their earnings are typically out of line and the price has run so high. So for example, you can say Tesla is overpriced. Why? Because they have no profit. There's no way to justify that $1,600 price range. Mid-Atlantic says good ETF, ARKK. It's funny, somebody asked me about ARKK earlier this week. As Tesla and Square and Roku, if you want still own a piece of Tesla. Yeah. It's everywhere. Tesla's everywhere. I'm sure it's in a lot of stuff. I'm not impressed with Tesla. Listen, gravity is real, y'all. Whether it's on Earth when you're walking or in the financial markets, it's real. And so what goes up must come down, especially when the rocket runs out of fuel. No pun intended, because Elon Musk is also in the rocket business. Dom 14K, how are you? So, it's, again, I'm not pressed about Tesla, y'all. I'm just not. And I know that might go against all the Elon Muskites out there, all the fans, all the folks that think he's the next coming of Black Jesus. He's not. But he makes a great product. I just think the stock is out of price. That's all. That's all. Okay, so Karan has the QuickBooks self-employed version. Or I got to look into some software. Any recommendations? Karan circled back with me. I know I did some research for another client of mine who's got a bunch of real estate, and I found a couple of property management software that I thought was really cool. If you don't mind, well, Karan, I don't know, I was going to ask you how many doors do you have, but if you don't want to share that, I totally understand. Karan, that is a great question. My son is asking that question. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sure if they are going to divvy it up like they would one share and just do the pro rata share of it, or if they are going to ignore it. I'm supposed to do the research. I haven't found out yet. Yeah, Miss Independent, my IG live went down. I don't know why. It's back up though. It's back up. Okay, you talking good. I'm going to need to sit down with you about that. Depreciation of the property. Yeah. Karan, one of the biggest missed opportunities of real estate investors is depreciation. You should always, if you own a property, if you bought a property, you should take depreciation. I'm going to tell you why. Even if you don't want to take it, the IRS, if they catch you, will make you take it if you ever sell that building. And you won't like it. You'll be really mad because you didn't get a chance to take advantage of the tax break. And when you sell the property, they add it on when you go to sell. Success Jay, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what other questions do folks have? By the way, Apple hit $2 trillion a day. Apple today was worth $2 trillion. Let's see. I think I lost my spot. Crystal SH says, Camari, do I have a land purchase course? No, I don't have a land purchase course. I grew up in real estate. I've owned some, but I would by no stretch of the imagination call myself a real estate expert. I understand the business and the tax side of it. I guess I could, right? I also was a property manager. But I haven't done a whole lot of acquisition though either. I call myself a lazy investor. I don't want to do anything investor related. Crystal, I don't know when you came on, but I stated in the beginning. I said if I jump back into the rental market, I got to have a property manager. I've managed about 30 doors at one point. I think it's 30. I don't need that kind of drama. I got war stories, y'all. I'm jaded. I've been traumatized, and I never went to therapy for it. So I guess those things will continue to linger on. Yeah, I have stories of like ex-tenants breaking into properties, urinating on floors, breaking walls, breaking doors, defecating on floors. That's right, urination and defecation are not in my vocabulary. I don't want to be around those things. Not when it comes to my tenants. But no course. I could probably partner with somebody and do a course though. Mid-Atlantic says, can you speak on the payroll tax? What do you want me to speak on? Mid-Atlantic, like what Trump is proposing, which is totally asinine. Payroll tax funds Social Security. Payroll tax funds Medicare, right? Administration is talking about cutting it. Social Security is already broke. I tell my clients don't even plan on it. So if we're not going to fund it, who's going to take care of the elderly? Forget me and you, right? People that are my age and younger. Because, I don't bank on having Social Security. It probably will be there, right? So I'm not trying to install fear. But the way the government is run right now, I wouldn't bet on it. So listen, anybody that's betting on Social Security and Medicare better be saving their money. But the government is proposing to cut payroll tax, again, which is your FICA, when you see that FICA box on your check, and to cut Medicare. Medicare, Social Security, are probably some of the best government programs that were ever established. They are supposed to be there to help those who are in need. Everybody that pays taxes are entitled to it if you pay enough in, if you have enough quarters. But it's not a great living if all you have is Social Security. You won't be doing a whole lot of travel if all you have is Social Security. You won't be able to leave a big financial legacy to your children and your children's children if all you have is Social Security payments to live off of. I can't even think of what the highest Social Security is, but I doubt it's 30,000, maybe 35ish. But I need to go back and brush up on that. But I think listen, I just told y'all we want to get rid of taxes, right? We want to try to reduce our tax burden as much as possible legally. But at the same time, there are certain societal, what they call fish nets or safety nets. And Social Security is one of them. In Philadelphia right now, you have a severe homeless issue. A lot of them have nowhere or no means or no way of getting money. Some people try to talk trash about the homeless. I think you got to dig a little bit deeper on that one, though. There's a lot of mental instability, a lot of mental health issues that a lot of these folks are dealing with. And the country as a health system and the country and their health policies are not really helping that. Jake Cherie, how you doing, Jazz? Welcome. Empress Signs LLC. Empress, I owe you an order. I was supposed to send you my mug, and every time you come on, I remember, but in between time, I forget. So I apologize. So Empress says, hi, Camari, I hope you're well. We agree on Musk yet. I am tempted to kick regarding his stock. Let's discuss like the good old days. I ain't discussing with you because you gonna try to go to the conservative route at some point, and I ain't having it. I am not having it. But I do appreciate the comment though. Yeah, you said I don't bite. That's let me know that you won't bite. Listen, anything that's got teeth, you definitely have teeth, can bite you. I ain't playing with you today. Kendra buys houses. How are you, man? So what other questions? It looks like I'm freezing, y'all. I'm having some internet issues. Where can you buy the book? I am sure it's on Amazon. So you're talking about Miss Tony's book. All right, you know what? Let's go find Miss Tony's book. Miss Tony's book is a wonderful piece of work, wonderful piece of literature. Let's go find it. Bit of a book hunt, if y'all don't mind. Since y'all keep asking me about the book, let's hook Miss Tony up. Y'all know I'm all about that Black business life. So I'm all about it. I'm more than happy to. So let's go on Amazon. Let's see. I'm sharing Amazon with you all. Take that down and let's do a search for Tony or ESQ. Wow, but it pulled up my favorite book. My favorite book of all times is, well, one of my favorite books of all time is called Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. I recommend everybody go read that. It's a great book. Let's see, Tony Moore. I could have swore she had, yes, Jazz, they can take a high percentage of book profits. But I mean, the justification is that they're providing a whole market platform. Katie Morris, how are you, sir? Got to give a big shout out to Katie. Katie is a big contributor to me being here at this. Thank you, RDD. All right, I said 6,000, but I think I also said 5,000 too. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't bother to try to remember limits, contributions anymore because I can just look them up. I can use my brain space for something else. You love that book, Jazz. Nigerian authors always, absolutely. Shout out to the diaspora. All right, so I can't find Tony's book on Amazon. Let's see. Let me make sure I got all my settings right. I could have swore I brought it on Amazon. No, it's not Tony. All right, that's not it, folks. All right, but I'm going to find it. Now I'm on a mission. And did anybody tag Tony Moore in this? But let me look. While I'm doing this to Murray, look, everybody, please put your questions in. I didn't get to them. It's 8:52 now. I'm staying with y'all all night. I got rest to get to. I need my beauty sleep. I need my beauty sleep. So, oh, wait a minute. Tony's got a podcast? I don't think I knew that. Let's see. All right, don't forget, put your questions in, folks. Jazz asks, can I explain the 1031 tax exchange? Yes, I can. All right, I found it, y'all. It's called Handle Your Business. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Un momento. Un momento. Found it on her website. Y'all got me stalking ladies in these late nights, in these late social media streets. I can get in trouble for that, y'all. There's a lot of weirdos out here. And it's easy to get classified as a weirdo. I don't want none of that drama. All right, so there's Tony's book, Handle Your Business. Handle Your Business Guide. So it's a good book. For the moment you decided to share your brilliance in business, you were probably told to get a coach, a lawyer, an accountant, and to befriend a banker. In no particular order in business in no particular order in business as with anything, ignorance is not bliss, because you are responsible for what you should know, regardless of whether you look at the time to learn it. Regardless of whether you took the time to learn it. That's facts, y'all. Ignorance is not bliss. It is not. The dude in the Matrix was a dummy. He took the wrong pill. Handle Your Business shares basic information you need to create, build, and protect your dream business. Throughout each chapter, you are provided with clear, concise, and specific guidance to help you own your power, monetize your brilliance, protect your assets, and up-level your success. So yeah, that's dope. It's $14.99, y'all. That is definitely an investment into your overall education. So go check out Tony's book. Tell her I sent you. All right. I need to get me an affiliate program. So, all right. So who's got questions? Yes, Mid-Atlantic. Make sure you check out the book. All right. So back to Jazz's question. She asked about a 1031 tax-free exchange. I just told y'all who has some of the best tax benefits in this country. Real estate and business, right? So a 1031 tax exchange or 1031 exchange. 1031 is a part of the tax code that it's highlighting, but it explains how you can legally sell a piece of property and not pay any gains on it or any tax on it if indeed you have a profit. Now, 1031s are a bit tricky because you have to identify your property, right? And you also have to involve an institution who will handle the transaction for you. So let's say you sold a house, you have a real estate property, a rental property, you had $100,000 worth of gain, right? So your sale price, right, and your basis and your closing costs. Let's say you bought a house for $200,000. You sell it for $4,000. All the closing costs and all the basis leaves you with about $100,000 in profit. All right. So everything kind of added up to about $300,000. So again, $400,000 minus $300,000 leaves you with $100,000. You say, golly, if I pay tax on this $300,000, it's going to kick my ass. It's going to kill me. So you say, how can I avoid or delay this tax bill? And then here comes along Jasmine, who says, Camari, did you think about doing a 1031 tax-free exchange? What you got to do is you got to identify an intermediary or a third party that can hold the money once you sell your original property, hold those profits. Then you got to go shopping and find a new business or a new property, rather. And then you got to do it within a specific period. I don't know if it's 60 days or 90 days. But once you identify the property, you then start moving along and you get them to take that $100,000 that was kind of held in escrow and put it down payment on the new property. And so on that new property, you don't pay any taxes. The taxes get delayed and deferred. And people do that all the time. Well, not all the time, but people do it all the time. Now, a couple caveats. The people that hold your money in the interim, you got to pay them. I don't know what their fees are because I'm not in that business, but it's not cheap. So it needs to be a price, right? Your level of profit needs to be up there so it makes sense to do it. If you got $5 in profit, does it really make sense to try to defer that? Just pay the tax on it. But Jazz, let me know if that makes sense to you, if you understand that clearly. All right, we got that right. I'm not new to Tesla. I have FOMO. Listen, I appreciate the honesty. I try to be anti-FOMO. For all of y'all who are not hip with internet slang and social media slang, FOMO stands for fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out. I call it the shiny object syndrome. It's like you're a kid and you got one toy and you see your sibling get a brand new toy or something for Christmas or the holidays or birthday. And it's like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. And then you'll be like, forget these old toys. I want that new thing. I don't want that old thing back. I want that new thing. So, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And you see that a lot in the stock market. You see it with Tesla. You see it with Apple. You see it with all the popular stocks. I bet, I've been meaning to do this. I bet there's a correlation between a brand's popularity and a brand's stock price or a brand's value as well, right? I mean, obviously, but I'm talking about when we see these big shifts. Okay, so Christopher Allen congratulates Edith on the watch party. Y'all funny. All right, so Elton asked, if I'm not mistaken, Tesla has some nice things in the pipeline. Yeah, they do, but so does a lot of these other quote-unquote alternative transportation and energy companies. Like y'all been asking me about the Nikolai, the company Nikolai that has the hydrogen tech. They ain't sold nothing though. Stock price is still rising. Alton asks, what do you think should be part of a tax plan? Reducing your tax bill. So part of your tax plan should be, seriously, how to reduce your tax bill, right? Analyzing your income, analyzing your expenses, analyzing ways that you can potentially increase your expenses, right? But also continue to keep you viable to keep making money. So a lot of new business owners, right? So here's an example. A lot of new business owners get into the business and they say, Camari, what deduction should I be getting? What should I be buying? What should I be spending money on? I tell people all the time, don't spend money on stuff just to get a tax break. You want to spend your money on things that are going to increase your revenue or generate sales for you, right? Think about it. Tax, let's say you're in a 25% tax bracket. So every dollar you spend, you get a 25% benefit from it. For every dollar you spend, you only get to write off 25 cents. You don't get to write off the whole dollar. And that will vary depending upon your situation. But it needs to make sense. It needs to make sense. Okay, Jazz said it made sense. All right, I did a good job, y'all. Gold star for Camari. Rich Money 980, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Warrior Goddess. Is that Warrior Goddess Pow or Power? But either way, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'll tell you this, Alton. A lot of things that business owners, especially small business owners, miss out on are retirement plans. They don't install retirement plans. It's one of your best ways to defer taxes and lower your tax bill. Plus, with a retirement plan, you get to invest money that's tax deferred. So you get a tax deduction, right, for it, and you get to invest your money that could potentially grow. Can't beat that with a bat, y'all. Can't beat that with a bat. Mark Daniels, my brother from Wichita, the cheesecake extraordinaire. How you doing? All right, I got that already. Edith, keep up the good work. Y'all are hilarious. Are y'all siblings, Edith and Christopher? Yes, Tesla's Elon Musk earned a. Let's see. Where are we at? I think a bunch of comments just jumped in here. I don't know where they all came from. Okay, here we are. All right, I'm not a fan as well. I got by Snapchat. Yeah, well, listen out. You didn't know me back then, but I told y'all not to buy Snapchat either. Snapchat never had a clue. Karan, you need a PM. Property manager, I'm assuming that's what it is. Nah, Karan likes to get his hands dirty. Shamice Michelle, so true. Kamari just learned about depreciation of the property. Are you talking about cost segregation? No, I'm not talking about cost segregation. I don't want to get too technical. But yeah, depreciation is a must when you're renting property. If you're renting property and you got your accountant, your enrolled agent, your tax pro, asked about depreciation. Nobody ever asked me about depreciation. Ask about depreciation. You want to make sure you got it. So Christopher Allen says, speak more on property manager. All right, give me some fuel, Chris. I don't know where to go. I told y'all people was defecating in one of my properties. I had a really interesting situation. I walked in on a tenant I had evicted, and there was no furniture in the place. There was no heat on in the place. This is a separate place from the defecation, the scene of the defecation. I walk in, I'm checking the property, and there are two women in bed. Well, and on a pallet on the floor. And so I probably left because I didn't want any trouble. I don't want no smut on my name at all. All right, so Emperor San says if Tesla was VCR and Virgin was Betamax, Tesla won. There's nowhere but up for Tesla because he chose Trump and the right side of the street. Fuck out of here. Excuse me. That's BS. Trump puts children in cages. And you're okay with that. I'm not. I don't care if it's a black child, white child, yellow child, green child. If somebody intentionally changes a law and procedure to put children in cages, they're a piece of shit. Simple, point blank. That's it. That's all I got on that one. You baited me. I'll give it to you. You baited me. Do you get the options? A little bit, but I don't really do a whole lot of options. All right, so give y'all some context. Don Johnson says, when is the Black Avengers going to add Aisha Sheldon to the team? Miss Black Captain Marvel. So if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Don's a big supporter. He watches a lot of my content. He watches a lot of the content about the hood. I think I might have originally got in contact with Don through About the Hood. I'm not sure. But again, I talked about this earlier. We do the Black Wealth Project every Sunday. And we talk about issues, Black wealth issues, right? And to me, Black wealth issues they're not just about money, right? If your health is piss poor, you'll never be able to spend the money you make. And your life expectancy will be cut short drastically, right? Mental health. If you don't have good mental health, you'll never be able to truly fulfill your destiny. That's a lie. Obama did not put children in cages. He never separated children intentionally. Go back and do your research. Sorry, y'all. No Fox News talking points. You might get blocked for that. I only deal with the facts. And so every week, we come together, we talk about these issues. And, I said because it was kind of my idea. We're all partners, we're all team, but What's kind of my ideas now? Originally, I said I wanted us to be like the Black Super Friends. Now I'm showing my age. If y'all remember, the Super Friends were like the precursor to the Justice League. So that's where it all came. But I said, I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to talk about it more relevant, more time current. So I said Black Avenger. So Don is talking about Aisha Sheldon, another Philadelphia superhero, a Black sister who just came out with a book called Mud to Millionaires. I have not met Aisha yet. I have heard nothing but glowing things about her. Everyone says she's wonderful. So definitely we'll have to talk about her, get her on, interview her, do something at some point. No, how about this? Stop trying to hijack my live. It's not a political live. I talk about politics too. We're here to talk about money. Now, if you're just trying to be blatantly disrespectful, that's cool too. Then yeah, I guess our social friendship or social media friendship will have to come to an end. But come on now, you're being ridiculous. I know you love Trump. I know you want to be on Trump's plantation. I get it. But you know I come with the facts. And I don't care about Republican. I don't care about Democrat. I am a student of Malcolm X. For everybody that's wondering what in the world am I talking about, I'm talking about a comment on Instagram from Empress Signs LLC. I'm a student of Malcolm X. Malcolm X taught us a long time ago that the Democratic Party nor the Republican Party really care about Black folks. All right. So when all you folks start talking about leaving the Democratic plantation, I already know you're offbeat. I already know you're brainwashed, and I already know you're lying, intentionally or unintentionally, because your agenda is not in alignment with Black people. It's in alignment with your pockets, and they're two different things. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Miss Ohio, how are you? Welcome. All right, heck yeah, I salute property manager. I love mines. Oh, you got some doors, Shamise? I didn't know that. Me and my friends talk about opening an assisted living site. When you gonna do it, Ms. Edith? Get to it. No, Camari, you're absolutely right. People need to hear the truth. There is no such thing as the SS. Social Security. Please, people, don't depend on it. I talked about that a while ago. I'm way behind. I believe pensions won't be available. Listen, pensions will still be available, but they are dying. And listen, pensions are not foolproof. They are not foolproof. If anybody remembers back in the, I want to say 80s, airline pilots, their pension got busted up. And then you have the government. Oh man, basically the government took over their pensions. They got paid like almost 50% less, something like that. So just because you have a pension does not mean it is foolproof. People invest, save, invest, and save some more. Okay, Social Security and pension isn't enough either. NYC civil servants beg to differ. Why is that happening? I don't know what's going on tonight, folks. My iPhone just said it was running out of storage. Something's in the air, y'all. Something's in the air. My iPhone has, last I looked last week, had like 80% storage last week. There's no way I filled it up that fast. All right, so Ms. Edith says, Social Security and pension isn't enough either. NYC civil servants beg to differ. I read you need $8 million to retire. My cousin said she only need $1. It depends. Retirement is a very personal, very intimate thing. Only you can really know what you need. But let's say you make $100,000 a year. You're comfortable with your entire lifestyle. Let's say you need roughly, I don't know, let's say 70% of that to maintain your lifestyle in retirement. Because the notion of retirement is that when you retire, you spend less money. I don't think that's the thing anymore, but that's the edict. That's the rule. That's what a lot of planning goes off. But I don't think that's the case. And every retirement client I've ever had didn't spend less, unless they were already kind of they really managed their money really, really well. But most people who aren't on that path just kind of blow through their money. And it's really sad. It's really sad. But I would say, if you want to do a quick and dirty, right? You make $100,000. Let's say you only need $75,000 to live in retirement and be comfortable. And so you can just take that, multiply that by, I want to say 25 to live off the expenses of 5% a year and never run out of money. But I need to go back. You know what? I'm going to do a special video for retirement. I've been meaning to do it. I'll do a special one for retirement. Zenobia 1610. Hi, Mr. Ellis. This is Zaire. I'm trying to think. I know that name. Shamiz, this is why I'm investing in affordable housing. Yeah. It's not going anywhere, and it's usually going to be government subsidized. Camari, the Finance Rebel. I'm not very good at investing the stock market, but I only buy one share of stock. But I thought I'd tell you that that one stock I just bought one share in was Lenovo. Okay. The computer I'm on right now is Lenovo. Lenovo actually brought out IBM's computer unit or personal computer unit years ago. And they've been making money. But why that stock, John? Why that stock? I was talking about the one you brought for you and your granddaughter. I missed that, Tiffany. Oh, you're talking about the book. The book. So this is the book by Miss Connie Greer. For those on IG, right? Let's support Black authors. Khadijah the Rebel. Now, y'all know I love it, right? It's got that R word in it. That R word is powerful, y'all. Had to read Things Fall Apart in University. Things Fall Apart is an awesome book. If you're interested in pre-colonial Africa, that is a great book to read. Schizophrenia is real almost amongst the homeless, and unfortunately, the government doesn't do much for the homeless. Huge churches everywhere, small shelters scattered. Yeah, I agree. I haven't heard that word in a minute. Quadruple witching. That is options, expiration dates. I want to say, I think you might have stumped me. I know what it is. I just haven't heard it in a long time. I know it's when a bunch of contracts expire. Because you have triple witching and quadruple witching as well. Excuse me. Right. Today, quadruple witching is upon us Friday. Are they talking this Friday? No, that was in 2015. All right. So you know what? I'm going to share the screen on this one, y'all. I haven't heard that in a while. So y'all can see it. Nikki 25. LOL, safe spaces alert. I love being served. Let's get back to sharing knowledge. Forget the other stuff. We were Republicans before we were all slaves. Again, more bullshit. Stop that. Like, I need context. And listen, y'all, I talk a lot about politics because politics is very much related to wealth. Many of us don't believe that, but if you go back, I'm a big history buff, right? If you go back to the arguments of Booker T and W.B. Du Bois It's kind of along that same line, that same vein. All right, so let's go into quadruple witching. All right, so quadruple witching refers to a date on which derivatives, right? Let me know if y'all know what derivatives mean, y'all. Derivatives of stock index futures, stock index options, right? Remember I said options, and stock options and single stock futures expire simultaneously. So these are all about the contracts. All these contracts expire on the same date, and it usually brings in a high level of volume into the market. RDD, are you an options trader? Let's see. Oops. All right, I see that thoughts on gold long term. I'm coming to it. So that's definitely an advanced topic, but it's something we all should know, right? Everybody should know. Again, I don't do a whole lot of, I've traded futures. I've traded options when I was quote unquote institutional. Don't really do a whole lot of it now. But yeah, you do want to be careful on those days because, again, you will see volume spike in all of the asset classes. And if you don't know what you're doing and you're trading, not investing for the long term, but if you're trading, it can cause some havoc. It can definitely cause some havoc. All right. I do have 4 total shares now: DIVV, Love, Spiders, SPDR, and LNVGF, the newest. Are the only 4 shares I own 1 share in, though I share with you. Thought you share with me. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. JT Coin Rings. Hello. Welcome. How are you? Edith Richards says preach. I'm not sure if that's related to Ms. Edith. Thoughts on gold long term. I think gold will continue to run as we have COVID issues. However, gold always cycles in and cycles down, right? We'll have a big clip in the economy, like the Iran, fuel shortage or gas shortage or oil shortage back in like 73. And then we had something else in Iran with a kidnapping situation in either 78 or 79. Gold went down, stayed down for a long time, and started to really bounce back up around 2000. Had it, around 2008, 2009, when the market crashed, it definitely spiked, it jumped, and then ran to about 2011. So again, a dormant. But, it could be good for a good short-term bump. I think in, your regular traditional portfolio kind of makeup, it's a good thing to have, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5% in it. I personally, though, and we've talked about this before, I personally like gold miners more than I like gold. However, recently gold miners they are really overpriced. But typically, gold miners track the price of gold steady. One of the reasons I don't like gold, they don't pay no dividend. You don't get paid to hold it. You can buy gold miners and you'll get a dividend. It's not super sexy by any means of the imagination, but it helps. It helps. Let me see. I'm trying to find gold. There we go. So we can look at gold on the chart. Anybody have any more questions? Go ahead and throw them in the chat. You're watching Wealthy Wednesdays. Please share this with somebody who's looking to increase their overall financial level or their overall financial education, their overall level of financial education. A lot of us are suffering because we have no idea about money. A lot of us make bad business deals because we have no idea about how money works. So I don't want any more people to be victims. If you just look around social media, there's all kind of beefs sparking up. There's all kind of court cases and marches and DAs being involved in cases. A lot of that can be avoided if you have a higher level of financial education. A lot of it, I tell my son, my oldest son, my 26-year-old all the time, and my younger children, but you have to try to see the problems before they exist and avoid them at all costs. But sadly, people want a free lunch. People are lazy a lot of times. People are desperate, right? People don't know. And everybody's just trying to get a leg up because they feel like they don't have any hope. And so I get it at that level, but everybody's got a phone in their pocket. Everybody can go to the library and do research. COVID might be a little bit different, but there's a lot that can be done to increase your overall knowledge. Most of these gurus don't know Nathan. Now, Instagram, my time is about to be cut. Garen's back on. Empress, K Spurs. Listen, everybody come back and meet me. I'm going to lose your comments, but come back and meet me so we can talk again on Instagram. I'm going to be on for a little while longer, but I'm going to end right now. Come right back. It's really weird. I don't know how that happens to my phone. But just looking at gold, it's sitting at 1946 right now. I'm looking at a monthly chart. So let's go down to a daily chart. And so a monthly chart encapsulates all the price data for 1 month. I'm looking at candlesticks. The daily chart encapsulates all the data for 1 day. Each one of these bars is 1 day. If I switch to a monthly chart, each one of the bars will be 1 month. And I'm looking at this now. And so on August 7th, I read the date wrong. We saw some downward pressure. I'm not sure what happened on the 7th. I don't know if the Fed met or what happened, but we saw some downward pressure. And then so it's just been kind of down over these last couple of days. So it opened, let me see. That day it opened at 2076, closed at 2028, right? Then the next day opened at 2044, closed at 2039. So it hit above that 2000 mark. And now it just kind of fell back down. So my question is going to be, is 2000, and 2000 is the all-time high for it. But will it be able to break above that 2000? And so for right now, it doesn't look like it, but it's possible. Something crazy happens. If again, something crazy happens, war breaks out, when Trump loses, if he won't exit office, or like if we have to count ballots for 3 months, it could be really crazy. But hopefully none of that will happen. Hopefully none of that will happen. But I would just watch it. And so just watching it, I would see if it breaks above that 2000 and can sustain above that 2000 for quite some time. So here's the resistance level at 2000. I would be interested. I would be interested to see what happens if it breaks below 1600, 1672 to be exact. But I don't know. But I'm not not a super big fan of gold. It's cool. It's FOMO. It's another bright shining object. Buy from our website or a bookstore. Don, what we talking about? I think I lost pace with you, bro. Okay. Galaxy Wave Fiji, I just talked about gold and silver. Gold and silver usually track. They're very much correlated together. Gold actually tends to outperform. Silver tends to pretend. I'm messing it all up, y'all. Let me take a sip of water. Silver tends to outperform gold, though, and many times when it's in an upward market, in a bull market. $60 days. What was that we were talking about? Oh, were you talking about 1031? Shamise. Who? A FOMO. Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. All right, Mid-Atlantic is back with us. Yes, people investing and not doing the research. People are mad online. These real estate schemes, alleged, right? Let's say alleged. Libraries open in NYC, so you can go and do the research. Yeah, but they were all closed, right? I think NYC was totally shut down. Okay, so RDD asked, what does resistance level mean? So resistance level is like a ceiling, right? And it's really hard to get through a ceiling. So just look up. Everybody look up. You see your ceiling. That's resistance level. All right. So you might hear resistance and support a lot. So resistance is the ceiling. Support is your floor. And that just means that a stock may find support at a certain price level, and stock may find resistance at a certain level. And so gold right now run at $2,000 level. It's an all-time high. It's never been this high before, but it can't seem to get higher. So it hit that ceiling, and then it just, walked down a little bit lower, and it's been like that. So, all right, all right, I'm gonna do this with y'all. Let me share the screen real quick. Let me share the screen. Oops, wrong. Oh, there we go. I don't think you can see that all the way. So, all right, let me do this. It's not the one I want. So I'm just drawing a line right here where gold hit its top, right? So that thick blue line right there. Sorry for everybody that is on Instagram, you can't see this. But if you want to jump over to Facebook or YouTube, you can see it as well. And so let's say that's the floor. Now I'm looking at a monthly chart here. The floor and ceiling are going to change if I'm looking at it at different levels. But you could literally say, like, for me, I wouldn't buy gold right now as a long-term investment, because I think for right now it'll probably be range bound. It'll probably float between 16, like, just follow me, between 1646 and that $2,000 range. Once it breaks above that $2,000 and it stays up there, like it stays for a couple of days, and you have enough buyers coming in to buy it to support the price action, then I might buy it, because then it's starting to establish a new leg up. But that's more intermediate stuff. So I don't talk about it a whole lot. I tend to stick to more basics just to get people going, because I've learned if you give people too much, just a little bit too much, they go crazy and they shut down because they feel like it's overload, or they try to get super sexy and fancy and wind up losing money. So my approach is start slow, learn the markets, like really learn the markets. And then you can get fancy. Then you can get sexy, right? It's like driving. I've used this analogy before. You don't give a brand new person with a driver's license the keys to the NASCAR. They got to learn. They got to practice. They got to get a feel for it. They got to get a feel for it. All right, so it is 9:34. I told you I wasn't staying on that late. So 5 minutes so I can go eat my dinner and get some rest. Any more questions? FESK, how are you? Thank you for joining. Any more questions? Anybody have any more questions? Again, please share this. Y'all got to help me beat the algorithm, y'all. The algorithm don't want me to be great. Share this, like it, comment, so we can share the gospel of financial education, financial freedom with those who are out there who want help, who want real help. Y'all know I don't ask y'all for nothing. I don't want nothing. What's for dinner? I don't know. The wife made something. That's not my department. I can cook, so I don't want none of you ladies trying to say, oh, you're a misogynist because your wife cooks all the time and you do nothing. No. My wife just says concentrate on giving the people what they need. So shout out to wifey. All right, so if nobody has any, okay, here we go, Mid-Atlantic. You got any special guests coming up for this Saturday? I was thinking about not doing this Saturday, to be totally honest with you, Mid-Atlantic. Just because I'm going in hiding to do some more things, and I'm trying to concentrate, but at the same time, stay consistent. Mid-Atlantic, you got any suggestions? Anybody you'd like to see me interview? Do any of you have any suggestions of anybody you would like me to see interview? Jack, the first three, how are you, bro? Thank you for joining us. So yeah, let me know. If there's anybody you would like to see me talk to, sit down and have a conversation with, put them in the chat, tag them in the chat. Now, I'm not going to promise I'm going to interview them, right? I just realized something the other day. I was telling a friend of mine that I've been podcasting kind of off and on since 2012, like right around when I started radio. And one of the things I regretted was at one point I was just kind of interviewing people that might have had a book coming out, or they were being suggested to me because they were on their circuit, right, selling their books or whatever. They launched something, but I didn't find them all interesting. So I still have a lot of interviews that I haven't published because I thought they were flat. I didn't find them good. Jack, the first three, what app would you recommend for beginners starting and buying stocks? Cash App. I like Cash App. I think it's easy. A lot of people use it. No fuss, no muss. I like simple to begin with. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but you don't need all the bells and whistles, to be honest with you. So I was a Cash App. Jack, I think you're already invested. What are you using currently? I'll be really interested to see that. All right, Ms. Edith says, thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Enjoy your dinner. Your wife is awesome. My wife is awesome. Shout out to my wife. Keep me out of the doggy house. I'm always getting in trouble. My wife says I'm too flagrant with my mouth. She's probably right sometimes. I try, though. I try. All right, y'all. Great Wednesday. A lot of questions. Miss Carol didn't stop by. Miss Carol wanted me to break down sectors and industries. So I didn't do it today. Oh, I didn't even see this. Yes, gold made an all-time high. Now, Shamise, I thought you was a fan. You know what? I didn't see all of these. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. All right, let me just make sure I see a whole bunch of comments that have came up. Karan asks, is there a way to sell shares without paying taxes on it? So every time I try to get out, y'all just pull me back in. Imani, Monica, how are you? So Karan asks, is there a way to sell shares without paying taxes on it? That's a great question. Yeah, buy it in a retirement account. That's one way. What if I leave it in a brokerage? Yes, if you don't leave it, you're fine. You're fine. Again, the IRS, the government wants you to be a long-term investor in everything you do. That's why they give you favorential tax treatment when you are a long-term investor. Long-term in this instance is a year or more. Yes, yeah, it was rough. Shamish, you got 72 doors. How you doing? What's up? Can I borrow $1? Okay, you got Acorns and Fidelity. All right. Acorns is cool. Acorns is like a super duper supercharged savings account. Yeah, military has changed their pension plan, absolutely. No, John, I think maybe there's a glitch in the matrix or something. I had issues with the internet as well. That is correct. The 4% rule for retirement planning. RDD, why do you want to get into options? Is there more FOMO? I'm not sure what that's about. KLBM 251, how are you? Where should you buy precious metals? You know what? Somebody just asked me that. You can buy precious metals from TIA Craft. They have a brokerage account. I'm not a big precious metals guy, but when I was technically an advisor, I had clients that wanted to get it, so I helped them get precious metals. Yes, people investing and not doing the research. People are mad online. Yes, all right, I saw that one. Libraries are open. What does that mean? Yeah, I would love to have Shamice on. Me and Shamice have been kicking it for years. I know she trades. I know she invests, but yeah. But listen, it's gotta be, and listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's gotta be something that I'm interested in. All right, Rachel, you would love to join the conversation. Well, join, ask the question. If you're talking about doing our wealthy conversations, tell me about yourself. What do you do? What you about? Who your people? Who you be with? Miss Quetta 68, how are you? I hope I said your name right. Water me this. How are you? All right. Rachel will be our last comment for the night if she saw it. But Shamice, let me know when you want to come on. I don't even know why okay, she's also part of the Black. She is. Rachel, you're in the Black Wealth Project? See, I missed that. I missed this comment, Don. It's like they're just throwing comments in randomly. It's crazy. Okay. All right. Rachel, inbox me. I do. I love doing financial literacy. Well, I hate the term financial literacy. I love the term financial education, but that's just my pet peeve. So pay me no mind. But yeah, I would love to talk about that. Would love to talk about that. Hit me in the inbox. Are we friends already? I wrote Amber's Magic Savings Box book first interact. All right, where's it at? You on Amazon? All right, let's talk about that real quick. Yeah, let's do that. What's your background, Rachel? You know what? Hold that question. Right. When you come on, I'll ask you that question. But that's how my mind just gets going. And I just start running my mouth asking questions. Oh, my man Kevin Key's in the house, and I'm just about to get off. Yeah, so Rachel, you think so? All right. All right, well, let's connect. I'll reach out to you tonight as soon as I get off. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out to another Wealthy Wednesdays. I'm truly humbled that you're all here. I hope you got something of value out of this. I hope my political commentary wasn't too hard. For some of y'all, I have very strong feelings about politics. Like I said, politics are intertwined into wealth building. You can't avoid it. Tax code, IRS, Congress, it's political, right? So a lot of us like to believe that politics does not affect us. That ain't true. It affects us from the day we're born to the day we die. And it's my opinion that we should all vote. We should all get involved. We should also finance the candidates we want. So I ain't talking about being involved with politics just for the sake of voting, but we also have to do our research and stay away from this party nonsense. All right. Anybody that's telling you that one party is better than the other party for Black people, they're full of shit. And that's all I have to say on that tonight. If you have any comments on that, please drop them in the chat. And I will see you all maybe on Saturday. Like I said, I got a top secret project I'm working on. And I got some other things going on. But, maybe if Rachel wants to come on or Shamice wants to come on Saturday, we'll see. We'll work it out. But again, I appreciate you all. Share something with somebody. Make sure y'all drink y'all water. Hug y'all loved ones because tomorrow's not promised. And I will see you all next week. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again. So long.